Okay, I have a bit of a tension problem. Not sure exactly what it is. I think I have a bad bobbin. As you can see here, the stitches are not uniform like they are here or here. So I've got a little bit of stuff to rip out. And I've learned that there's a right way and a wrong way to use the seam ripper. The seam ripper has a sharp edge and a dull edge, and I've found that when I roll my quilt up on the roller, it's easier to turn it to the back side to flip the stitch out of the lock of the top stitch. And if I turn it around and do this, sometimes it works, but most of the time if you have a good stitch, it actually will break. And the idea of ripping out stitches is you want to make sure that you can grab them all, and if you have any fine pieces, you don't want any left in there, because there it went, it kind of caught. Okay, it kind of knotted, so that's when I cut it. But I want my pieces of thread to be as long as possible, because number one, they're easier to grab, and number two, you can take them out a whole lot easier with the long piece. I'm just using the very tip. Now there are instances where you might end up with a really long piece of thread. Sometimes I just go in there and I cut it like that. And then when I get this one so far taken out, some of these are really loose. When I get these so far taken out, then I get to a certain point, I can just pull it right out. And not all tension issues have this same phenomenon, but I've just pulled it out. Now the front thread is still there, and as you sometimes come and you go to pull these out, if you yank on that thread, it's going to bring the top thread down to where you'll have something to grab onto, and there I have a long solid piece of it. And that's how you take out bad tension stitches.